I choose less, I create more space. Hello and welcome. This is the beginning of something new. Not only is this podcast now called Catch a Bloom, the same name that I've given to myself and the artist that I've become, these are also columns that are becoming podcast episodes. Words that were first written by hand are now given a voice. So I've started to write morning pages. Not every single day, but some days a week I do that. I have a pen and paper next to my bed, on my nightstand, and then I write texts. As words just come to me. I use my intuition and I breathe deeply with my diaphragm, and my chest opens up and I'm open-minded, and I receive all kinds of thoughts, and some of these pages turn into written columns that I share with a local newspaper where I live. It's called The Weekly Bloom, and I've decided to share these thoughts with you here in my podcast because these are real, raw thoughts on different takes on life, really. On everyday life. And I feel that I live to write songs that uplift and empower you. That's my biggest passion. And I'm also not writing diary pages like introvert thoughts. So that was a long introduction to the theme. When I choose less, I create more space. Right? Let's get into that. Welcome. You're listening to Catch a Bloom. It's a space for conversations about life, voice, and becoming. Before we begin, let's arrive together. Breathe slowly in through your nose and let the breath fall gently out. You're here now. Some texts don't just want to be read. They want it to be breathed through. So I'm inviting you to join me on this theme today. Because I don't always wake up to perform. Some mornings I just wake up to land in myself, like to just take up the space that is meant to be mine. And to do that, in order to feel welcome in my own body, in my own life, sometimes I look around in the room and I just look at 3 different things that I know that are mine, that I appreciate in my life. Like I've decorated a mirror in my bedroom. I have light bulbs around it, beautiful lighting, and I have some plants around it, and I have my jewelry on a stand right next to it, and I'm just so in love with that setup right now. So it makes me happy when I wake up and I see it. And I recommend you to do something nice for yourself. It's important. Some mornings just wake up to land in your life, in yourself. And there's a difference because there are mornings when the world is already running before I open my eyes, messages, plans, goals, responsibilities, all the possibilities, everything I could do, everything I should do, right? And then there are these mornings when I choose something else. I can stay in bed a little longer, not out of laziness. And it's not because I'm afraid to wake up, because I do handle my responsibilities. But it's out of listening. I've started to listen so much more to my own thoughts, my own emotions. And I know there's a connection between what we think about and how we feel, right? So I take out a notebook and a pen and I write morning pages by hand. And the whole point of morning pages is that I don't dictate what to write. I just let the pen sort of write for me. I just feel that it's okay. It's a good feeling. If it's not a good feeling, I'm trying to control it. And the whole point is not to control it. And I'm kind of amazed of all the thoughts that come out. We are all clever beings, You should try it. It's not big words and it's not through performance. It's more like whispers. My voice finds its way home when I write. When that happens, a door opens inside of me. I'm home, I'm calm, and I feel centered. I'm sorry if my voice is a bit squeaky. I got the flu. Again, it's March when I'm recording this in Norway, and it's been a long, cold winter, and finally it's a spring month, so my voice should feel better soon. I also have music to record, so I'm just I have to patiently wait until my voice feels better. It lights up just enough for me to see where to land when I write morning pages. Like, you can feel the intention and intuition work together. And my theme is that we live in a time where we are constantly taking off, new projects, at least for me, new goals, new impulses, and lots of new information if you choose to open your smartphone and scroll and, just be a part of that whole world inside the smartphone. And landing actually requires space. Like, it's impossible to feel at home if you don't take up the space that is meant to belong to you. So I feel that it's important with this pen and the paper in a world that measures everything. Sometimes I wonder if writing even has a value. But that's when the fear mind kicks in. Of course it has value. Because when we write by hand, we are closer to our hearts and there are no distractions. And I like that. But I was a kid in the 80s, right? In the 19th century. And it's been a while. I'm 46 years old now. I grew up without the smartphone and without the digital world. I don't know about you, but maybe you have the same upbringing as me. Eating out with people I enjoy, that's something I love. Swimming in the sea, it's one of my favorite activities. It just feels so magical to wear a swimsuit and just jump into the ocean when it's hot in the water, at least. It's just magical to me. I feel like I'm reborn every time I go to sunbathe. I love it. And after my daughter was born, we love to dress up, and she evokes a lot of inner child healing in me, and I dress up as well, wearing nail polish, some decorations in my hair, whatever hair clip is available, glitter, and just to wear outfits that make me feel good about myself. Because I didn't do that when I just had my baby. That was all about comfort and for my body to get through the day. But now it's been several years and I'm starting to dress up again. Use my body in ways that feel good. I do yoga, go for walks, and go to concerts. We can do that. That's joyful, right? And just to go for hikes in nature. Maybe even go on a bike ride. That's also one of my favorite activities. And I love to wash my hands with beautifully scented soap. That's one of my guilty pleasures. Scents. Well-scented soaps that are also good to my skin. I love it. I use wild soaps a lot. I think they smell amazing. And also being close to family and friends. That was my list of joy. Like, I want you to think about your list of joy. It gives life. But still, it all costs energy. And energy comes from the same source. Whether we use it for joy or for performance, or if we don't feel good. It's all energy taking, right? The body doesn't know the difference between fun and duty. It only registers consumption, like the usage of battery. And when the offers are endless and the possibilities seem infinite, we can mistake more life for more yes. I've been there, and in periods I do it because there's just so much fun to do. But more yes without awareness becomes more exhaustion. I can't always be polished on the outside. I bet you recognize what I'm saying now. We cannot always be polished on the outside, always say yes to everything social, deliver 100% everywhere at the same time. I cannot be a glowing artist, a dedicated teacher, a present mother, an inspiring colleague, an organized homemaker, a passionate partner, all at once. It doesn't work. So I have started to practice prioritizing, not dramatically, no, just honestly. What do I have capacity for right now? What do I actually want? What is my body asking for? And I'm learning every single day to listen more inwards, to land in my own body, because I've realized that in my solar plexus, the power center in my belly, I know if it's a yes or a no, if it feels good or bad. And I've started to listen there, because that is what my body is telling me, honestly. And something's shifted in 2025. It was the year of the snake. Have you heard of that? In Chinese astrology, the year of the snake. And the snake does not rush. It moves with precision, and it sheds what no longer fits. It releases old skin. Not because it was wrong, but because it no longer belongs to you. So for me, 2025 became a year of precision, of listening more deeply and letting go a lot. I think it was quite a tough year when it came to personal development. How about you? How did you feel in 2025? I felt that I could not carry more than what felt true. I had to become more honest, and I had to listen more to the gut feeling. And when I began choosing less, something surprising happened. I didn't get less life. I got more rest, more silence, and more strength. Because when we shed what we have outgrown, we become lighter, and lighter things move faster. And now we enter the year of 2026, the year of the horse. And as you can imagine, if the snake was precision, the horse is power. A horse does not apologize for his strength. It feels the ground. It feels the wind. And when it runs, it runs fully, like, whoo, straight forward, let's go. But a wild horse without direction is chaos. So that's why order matters. And that's why I believe in this symbolistic way of thinking. Who knows what is true or not in everything that we believe as human beings, but I do feel that the symbolism in the snake year 2025 and then going into the horse year 2026, it just feels logical. It feels right in my belly. It feels good. It doesn't give me a bad feeling in my gut. That's why the order matters, right? First the shedding and then the speed. First the clarity and then the movement. It just feels amazing. And the horse invites us to get on its back. Not to escape anything, but to ride as the one you have become. With a straight spine, with our gaze forward. I can imagine you up on the horse with a simpler message inside of you. Simpler because we have renewed ourselves in 2025. Simpler because we are no longer trying to be everything. When I imagine 2026, I don't see stress. I see strength. I see direction. I see a body that has listened and therefore now can run without losing itself. There's something beautiful about a horse in full gallop, I think we say in English. And for a moment, it looks like you're flying. That's the feeling I want for us in 2026. Not to run away, but to fly. And the difference lies in the grounding. So I keep my morning pages, and I advise you to try it. I keep my quiet moments without screens. I was born in the 80s. I don't know about you, but you should try it. I keep resting more often. You should try it. I keep centeredness. I think it's possible to keep centered in the midst of a storm. It's about how you react to the storm, how you react to your circumstance. And it's allowed to say, whatever, I don't have to deal with this right now. I'm allowed to breathe. I'm allowed to take a break. I'm allowed to take care of me. It's important. The world needs you. And then I add the horsepower on top of all of this. That's when you add the horsepower. Because when rest and power work together, something extraordinary happens. I promise you, the momentum carries us. It's a whole different way of living. So maybe this is the question for you. What did you shed in the year of the snake? What skin lies behind you now? And what are you bringing forward on the horseback? What clarity? What value? What truth? You cannot ride forward while still wearing a skin you've already outgrown. And you don't have to shout to be powerful. Sometimes it begins with a whisper, like I did, a pen on paper. Or maybe a soothing hand on your belly and your chest. A gentle inhale and a longer exhale. A decision to land before you take off. When I choose less, I create more space. And inside that space lives strength. We're not here to be perfect. We are here to be true. Follow the gut feeling. Get used to. If it feels good, then it's good. If it doesn't feel good, if you get a bad feeling in your gut, you need to readjust and you need to listen to what your body is telling you. Your intuition is always telling you what is your truth. And when we move in truth, we don't just run, we rise. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. I love you. Catch a bloom. Bye. Dream.